What is good? It's your boy LB at the Hit Factory. You know we always digging deep into the fight. And the homie Nak, we all know my homie Nak. My homie Nak doing Muay Thai fights. He just entered into a boxing fight, and yo, I ain't going to even tell you. I'm just going to splash the footage. So you can see. So what we here to pick his brain about for all the young fighters out there is mentally, what was the difference between when you engaged in a Muay Thai fight to when you had to do this boxing fight? What was the switch?
A whole bunch of things was different in terms of range, in terms of technique, in terms of footwork, in terms of mentality. My Muay Thai style is more one where I like to technique somebody, never really going with like the killer instinct. But this fight, thanks to the dude pushing me in between a round, I kind of turned on the killer instinct, turned it on too much. So then my coach was telling me, look, dial it down. I'm showing that I want to knock the dude out, so I have to relax. In the relaxation, my footwork got better, and then I was thinking a lot more clearly. And then I ended up getting...
Hey, boy. No, you like
and then I ended up getting a jab to the body, right cross to the face, caught him flush, and then saw clearly how I had to finish it.
So when finishing, as going for a finishing the Muay Thai fight, going for a finishing boxing, what was the difference in the different ways you would have to finish those two fights? Like if you got the Muay Thai man, he's on Square Street, you gotta, and then to where you have to get at the boxing guy. Like what was different about the finish?
So in Thai boxing, you have more weapons, so to speak. All right. When I don't want to say jack of all trades, master of none, because all the weapons in Thai boxing are dangerous. However, when you're dealing with a specialist with the hands, and that's all you can use a hand, you have to really have a heightened awareness as to what you can run in there and do. Because when I had him, kind of like knocked out on his feet, essentially, I still had to pick my shots. And Thai boxing, I have more shots to pick. Yeah, exactly. So boxing in Thai boxing doesn't count as much as the middle kick. This is our bread and butter right here. But I can push kick, I can punch, I can knee, I can do a whole bunch of stuff. This one I had almost, not tunnel vision, but more focus. I was more focused on what I had to do. And then I just went back to the basics, which was I think a right cross right or something like that, and then that was it.
So think as far as thinking more, I like how we spoke that. So when you're in the boxing match, because you have less weapons, it makes you have to draw more upon what you're going to do is thinking about it, besides executing it when you have elbow lead, kind of just like let your weapons all go at it. So would you say a boxing fight over like an MMA fight or a kickboxing fight takes more thought to it, and more a thought process in it that you need, or is there more talking to yourself that you need?
It's crazy. It's the same but different in that you still have to focus on your weapons in Thai boxing, but with boxing, it's like, I don't know, man, it's more scientific. You know what I'm saying? Because really the best combat thing out here with your hands is boxing. So, everything from how to throw your hands, I can let my elbow up and then like, yo, that's the tell, just throw it straight in. In Thai boxing, you have proper technique, but because it's a bunch of techniques, each technique is not as honed as your hands. So that's why I'm in the mix of like, what do I want to do? At 40 years old, do I still want to keep, catching my foot on people's shins, or do I want to just start shooting these hands? And I think I'm leaning more towards the hands.
And then when you see the fight, I think you will tell him to lean towards the hands too. So it's your boy LB, digging deep, boxing, kickboxing. What do you need to become a champion?